The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
TGIF, thank God it's Friday, and what a Friday it is. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Coffee Hour. We thank you so much for being along with us. My name is Frank Allan, and we're going to be with you for a whole full hour. We get together every Friday at this time. We meet together, have a little coffee, conversation, have a little fun, and you are included. I want to take time to thank all of the people who've been around with us to support this show all of these years. Of course, you get the thanks each week for that. And there may be a lot of new people involved here. So we would like to talk to them too, because they could be part of the show as well. Let me explain something to you, just in case you're new. We start the show with a little conversation. I'll throw out something that'll get us started. And while we're doing that at any time at all, even right now as we speak, you can use your keyboard on your computer, your telephone, or your tablet and type in whatever you want to talk about. I will see you right there on the big screen. Of course, I'll entertain all of your thoughts and ideas, because that's what the show is all about. It's free exchange of ideas and of opinions, and all of us have them. So what we're going to do on the show with you, me, and everyone else here, we're going to combine all of those thoughts and opinions, and we're going to talk about them. Now, if there's anything in particular that you want to talk about, because we talk about everything under the sun, whether it's sports, whether it's your pets, or your marriage is coming up, or whatever it is. So we can talk about it. And we'll see you right there on the big screen as you type it all in. You can conversate with us. And just in case, maybe you're out there at work right now, you, of course, maybe on your coffee break. And if you are on your coffee break right now, and sometimes the company will allot 10 to 15 to 20-minute coffee break, use that coffee break on this Friday. Sit at your desk instead of walking around talking to your friends, right? I mean, you could do that at any time. But with us, please go to your computer, sit there, drink your coffee, and watch the show at the same time. And then when you're through, when it's all over, no one has to tell you. You have to go back to your post because you're already there, and you can still watch the show and work at the same time. That's called multitasking. So there you go. So thank you so much for being along. And for you newbies, as the kids used to say, I don't even know if they say that anymore. But if you're new to the show, want you to know that we're on two different platforms as well. We're live on YouTube and live on Facebook, so either one of them will get you there. Brian Camp is going to be with me today, and he has the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And of course, we have a little more than that. I have those movies later on that I'm going to tell you about towards the end of the show, or those classic movies from Turner Classic Movies. So we want to say good morning to Brian Camp out of Charlotte, North Carolina. How are you doing today?
It's feeling good, well rested now, energized. I needed that rest. So I'm doing well. I can't complain, but I was like, when you away from home for a while, you don't get the proper rest that you would want, but I'm fine now,
That's good. That's good. Well, rest. See, that's the thing you have to have. Whatever you do, just relax, and then you can tackle the day any way you want. Did you hit the gym today?
I was going to go to the gym. No, I said I just needed to take the week off. I'll be in the gym Monday, Wednesday, and next Friday for sure. Yeah, I'll be definitely in the gym where I'll probably double up on my on my routine slowly but surely, or just stay a little bit longer just to catch up and everything. So that's what I'll do.
I never catch up on what I miss. I just let it go. Just let it go.
That's it.
That's the way I do. I don't catch up. But I didn't go today. I wanted to go. I looked outside. The streets were wet, and that just I just punked out, and I just rolled over and went back to sleep.
Oh, it's
but
pouring down here right now. It's pouring. So
really,
yeah.
well, we're not going to get the best of weather this weekend, and we're going to tell you more about that later. Those of you who are coming in right now, if you want to join us in conversation, please do so. Um, and and if you do, give us your forecast or wherever your weather has for you, that has in store for you, because we want to share it. We want to kind of compare the weather that we have here in New York to Charlotte to wherever you are. That's something that's not really mandatory. That's something that we like to ask people to do. Anyway, here we are in the month of June, and this is the last day, Brian. The last day for the coffee hour in the month of June.
Mhm.
And with that, we are going to be celebrating National Portuguese Month. And this is the last time we're going to be talking about it, because then we'll move into July, National Portuguese Month. And those of you who are Portuguese American, and if you're watching the show right now, and if you have things that are planned for the weekend to continue the celebration of this month, uh, let us know. We want to celebrate with you. All right. And then keep in mind that we're all over the world. The show goes all over the world, so we're live in Portugal as well. And if you're Caribbean American and you're celebrating, this is the month, and this is the last time we're talking about it. It's Caribbean American Heritage Month. And of course, again, just like I say, you can let us know if there's anything happening in your community, maybe street fairs or whatever it is. Let's talk about it. We'll celebrate with you. Also, the final day to talk about African American Music Month. You can talk about all of these things anytime, but this is just a month that dedicates to all of this. American Music Month. That's African American Music Month, and it stems from gospel to jazz to R&B, blues. It's all right there, and if you want to talk about that, you can as well. Also, National Soul Food Month, and uh, I'm getting hungry already. Set aside a month for all of that for all of you people who enjoy soul food. If you never had it, you got to give it a try. I mean, come on, uh, all of my Italian friends, my Jewish friends, I eat the food that you specialize in. Eat my food, okay? It's great. And then we have the final day to talk about Pride Month. Pride Month, we celebrate all this month, and of course, it's the last day for that. But there you go. Now you can't. Oh, by the way, also for all of you DJs, whether you're radio DJs or club DJs or mobile DJs, happy National DJ Month to all of you. And you can't make this up. Believe me, you can't. It's National Coconut Day. I just thought I'm just throwing it out there. It's National Coconut Day. If you like coconuts, you can stock up on it. Anyway, it's National Coconut Day. And you know something, Brian, speaking of National Coconut Day, I go to the grocery store, particularly Trader Joe's, because they have them, right? You get those dry fruits in a package,
Yes.
like dried bananas and dried apricots and all of that. Well, they have the dried coconuts in the
Mm.
bag. You can get them. They taste delicious. You want to get a
Well, I
bag to
tell you, I love to drink coconut water. Coconut water is something that refreshes me, but most of it hydrates me
yeah.
more than water because it has a little sweetness and little food to it. You know, water's number one always, but I defer now to coconut water. I still keep my bottled water with me as well, but coconut water is something that I usually, carry around too as well. So you might want to think about that since it's coconut day today. Coconut water is something that I like.
Yeah. I never really equated any other beverage besides water to hydrate you more. I didn't know. Some people say, yeah, you know, things like coconut water or Gatorade hydrates them more. I never really thought that. I always thought like water was the number one. And every once in a while I'll drink Gatorade, but as far as coconut water, I had it once. I didn't particularly like it too much. I don't know why. Maybe I had a wrong brand of it. I don't know. Maybe
I
there's
think it's the
some.
brand because some brands taste really nasty, but the brand that
Yeah.
I have, I love. So, maybe you want to try, I have one called Vito, a Vita, and I get the one with the extra coconut taste to it because they add more coconut to it that gives it a little sweetness to it as well.
Mhm.
So,
And
so that's
they have some coconut water with coconut bits in it too.
yes,
I've
yes.
seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get me a package of those coconuts, those dry coconuts. I love them. They're great. Also, we're celebrating, well, you like chocolate pudding? It's National Chocolate. It's National Chocolate Pudding Day. Now, I would display some of this here live, but chocolate pudding and coconut does not go good with coffee.
No,
And speaking of that, excuse me while I shoot up. It doesn't. While I'm shooting up, you could talk about whether you like chocolate pudding or not. I don't.
I love chocolate pudding. Chocolate pudding to me is like is one of the favorites. You know, one thing about chocolate, they come. I love dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is supposed to be more healthier for you.
Yeah.
Um, but pudding, overall pudding, I love pudding. Pudding is great. Um,
Mhm.
pudding it has a nice taste to it and smooth, right down the throat and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. The one pudding I can't find anymore. The only way I can get is to make it myself. They don't come in those containers you can buy in the grocery store. It's butterscotch. I love butterscotch.
Yeah,
I
butterscotch.
love
Yeah.
butterscotch. Yeah. So that's what's going on right now. And just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. Whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, it doesn't matter. You're with us. I want to say hello to Warren out there coming out of Greensboro, North Carolina. And he's out there with cloudy skies. It's 81 degrees presently, but it's going to go up to 88, So your weather shouldn't be too far from that, right, Brian?
It's a little bit more different than where he's at because it's raining. It's coming down like cats and dogs, and it's 80 degrees. The high is going to be 87, but it is pouring down raining. It's supposed to get rain for the next couple of days, as of right now, because as you know, the weather changes as well. So it is pouring down as we speak. If I seem like I'm talking a little bit loud, that's because the rain is so overwhelming, is just beating down here so hard as where I could just can't I could I'm trying to hear you and I'm trying to block out the rain. So I might have to increase my volume just to hear you.
I have a feeling your microphone compresses background noise because I don't hear anything.
You don't hear nothing? Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't hear it. Because maybe you set your, sometimes you don't realize it, but you can set your microphone to compress background noises,
Yeah. Yeah,
like
it could
here,
be.
like
Could be.
there's a fan rolling in the background. Now you could hear it on Facebook. You could hear it on Facebook, but if you listen to it on YouTube, you can't hear it going.
Right.
I'll just shut up a minute and see if you could hear anything. And Warren, you tell me, because you're watching me on Facebook. Let me know if you hear like a breeze or a fan. I'm going to shut up for 5 seconds. Anything?
No, don't hear nothing.
Okay. So I want to check with Warren because I know he hears it because this. See, I'm compressing. I'm on Zoom, but see, Facebook doesn't compress because I'm going directly into my telephone on Facebook. So,
Mm,
and you
yeah.
know how the telephone is so sensitive, it picks up all kinds of noises. So, Warren, let me know if you hear any fan background noise, or breeze background noise. Anyway, we thank you so much for being along with us. And the name of the show again is called The Coffee Hour. Now, we get together each week at this time. And whether you're watching us on Facebook or on YouTube, you could have the same fun and the excitement that we have here. And it's only an hour, and we do that. And again, if you're going to join us in conversation, let us know, just like Warren did. He let us know right off the bat that the weather forecast that he has, again, he has 88 degrees presently and cloudy skies going up to 88, from 81 to 88. That's pretty good. Here in New York, it's not going to be that great. You left just in time yesterday, Brian.
Couldn't leave New York any sooner than I had to. Oh my goodness. Yes. Glad I made it out in time. Because that trip I had coming here, oh my goodness. Oh.
You mentioned it. Uh, oh, Warren can't hear it. Okay, that sounds good. That's better. That's good. Warren can't hear the background noise. Good. That's good. You mentioned it last night on Talk Back Live. Maybe you want to repeat your excursion here to New York.
Yes. Okay. This is how it all started.
Maybe you want to blame Warren about it. I don't know. He's already there.
I'm going to blame him a little on it as well. My grandson told me that, Dad, we have an extra ticket for Romeo. That's my grandson's name. I said, what's the ticket for? It's graduation. I said, oh, okay. All right. Well, make sure you save me one. And then I sure enough will make some kind of arrangement. As soon as I hung up the phone with him, went on to see about airfare, Amtrak, and the prices like almost knocked me out of my chair and everything. I said, oh boy. So a friend of mine at my church has said, well, you could take one of those Flix buses. I said, is it a Chinese bus? I said, not really. It's a different bus company, something like Greyhound or something. So I looked at the prices. I said, wow, not bad. $106, $102. So I speak to my cousin Warren, and he says, well, why don't we go half and half on a rental car? I say, yeah, that's a great idea. We split, we could ride down together, could ride back together, and I'll take the car back, drop you off of where you at, then I'll just take the car back at another facility, and we could be great. Well, he said, well, let me get on to it. We'll find out. And I said, well, I'll give you a couple of days to find out. So he said, no, I don't think I'll be able to come and everything. I said, okay. So let me grab this last two seats to get on the bus, free Wi-Fi. Okay. I get on the bus. Okay. Where's the little thing that come down so I could put my computer on? Nothing. Then I had it was a two-seater, and there's a two-seater to my right. This lady who's on the outside chair is talking. She's from Haiti. She's talking French, and she going rabbling on from 12 midnight to 4 a.m. in the morning. It's not that much love in the world that you could be talking to your loved ones that time of the morning, and you just have the person on speaker. Then the person to my left, who's actually sitting next to me, is snoring. So you got to choose your battles. When, if this was in an airport past TSA, then you could start talking a little junk. Because what are they strapped? If they could sneak a weapon through, then they could shoot me. Fine, you own that. So I took deep breaths over and over, looked at her. She refused to look at me. Then around 3 a.m. or 3:30, she's getting tired, but she still had the phone. So she's laying her head on the armrest, talking like this, blah, blah, blah. Now she's even closer to me. And I'm like this. I'm taking a deep breath. I want to say something, but no. Sometimes you got to learn to pick your battles at the right time. I don't know what she had. She could have had a gun or what and shot me right then and there. People are crazy today. So long story short, it was just a horrific ride there. It was like coming into the Lincoln Tunnel. I said, where's all this traffic coming from? It's Saturday. It's Saturday. For the weekend or going. Oh, felt like it was a Friday morning, back to capacity. And I said, wow, this is what my going our separate ways and everything. He could have dropped me off and then he could go.
It seems to me, Brian,
Then, what's that?
you're freezing sometimes, but keep going, keep
Oh,
going.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I blame my cousin for that and everything. And it is what it is. But I still enjoyed myself there in the Big Apple, New York City, where I was able to go fishing, see my grandson graduate, and had a little graduation party. also sad thought. I've also went to a funeral as well to a person that lived a wonderful life. So I was able to do everything I was supposed to do as well. But I partially blame Warren for that. That's his fault. Yeah.
Oh,
I'll forgive him, but it's his fault.
well, there you go. You guys fight that out. You guys fight that out if you want. Anyway, if you're gonna and if you're gonna join the conversation again, please do because we'd love to hear from you. And give us your weather forecast. Let us know what your weather is like, so we can kind of combine it together and kind of compare my weather with your weather or whatever it is, and the weather in North Carolina, the weather in New York, and your weather, right? We've got 73 degrees here in New York. Now, just in case you're from New York, you could relax. You relax because you don't have to do anything. I'll take care of the local weather forecast. It's 73 degrees right now. And the weather is not going to be as good as it was last weekend. Today is going to be a chance of showers. We'll have a shower or two during the morning hours, followed by partly cloudy skies this afternoon. We'll have a high 87. Winds will be west southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain is 30%. You got cloudy skies for tonight, low 72. There's no rain in the forecast. Winds will be west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Saturday, showers in the morning, then cloudy in the afternoon, high 78. I don't like that at all, but what can you do? Mother Nature says this is what it is. And winds will be light and variable. Chance of rain will be 50%. Locally, heavy rainfall is possible. So there you go. That's Saturday. For Saturday night, it will be cloudy near 70 degrees. No rain in the forecast there. Winds will be light and variable. And as we wrap up our weekend and get ready to head for work back on Monday, we rest up on Sunday after church. Intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 82, winds will be east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So the weather looks better for Sunday than it does for the rest of the weekend. 73 degrees again. And it's in and out clouds for the moment. Time to go to sports, Brian. What do you got?
Well, it's a lot that's going on in the world, not only in this country but in the world. We got the FIFA World Cup that's presently going on. The USA lost their match last night, but they're in to qualify to go on to the next round. They lost to it. I don't think they played their regular players. I've been watching a couple the Germany Ecuador game match was wonderful. That was intense. Ecuador needed it. I know soccer in America is we're not accustomed to it, but it was really intense through like a lot of matches and everything. Of course, in Europe they call it football because that's their way of to us it's soccer. But check out since the World Cup is worldwide, then you could see what countries that you're rooting for, or maybe you might be part of or related to. So check your local listings for games. A lot of the games are played on the West Coast as well because of the hours around the world of here we're like 6 hours away from a lot of the European countries as well. In the NFL, the New York Jets quarterback Geno Smith is being investigated for an incident in which a woman accused him of battery, police has said, one day after indicating that the matter was closed. Where there's smoke, there's fire, okay? And you was an incident. I'm not saying he was guilty, but when there's smoke, there's fire. Officers were summoned to Smith's home last Sunday afternoon after a woman claiming to be his ex-girlfriend. There we go, the ex-girlfriend. And all the ex-girlfriends, give a shout out to the ex-girlfriends who wants to get revenge on their boyfriends, the ex-boyfriends. Call 911. I'm going to pay him back, whether it's for money or not. Not saying that Geno Smith is innocent, but Geno Smith should know better. Walk away from a situation. You have a football career. You're in danger of losing your career and the money that you earn. So the investigation will go on. The police issue a update on ESPN this week saying that we were informed Monday evening that during the review, he was determined that the case is being further investigated, and we're going to see what happens in the upcoming days. Now, last week I mentioned about a supplementary draft that we're not going to have now. Quarterback Brendan Sorsby will not play in the NFL for 2026 for gambling. He was gambling on games, gambling on his school. And so, you can't do that. But when that happens, you're supposedly be kicked off the team. But the NFL decided, it came down to a right to decide whether to hold a supplementary draft. Nope, we're not doing that. We're not having it. So as of right now, we don't know what's going to happen. I don't think he could play college football this season. I want to keep our prayers open for tennis great Chris Everett Lloyd, Chris Everett, I should say, tennis Hall of Famer. Thursday, her ovarian cancer has returned, and that the treatment will prevent her from attending Wimbledon this year. She's one of the analysts on ESPN, where she analyzed the matches along with John McEnroe and his brother Patrick McEnroe as well too. She announced to social media Thursday that she already has had the surgery. First step for her treatment or recovery. The cancer had returned again. She said that she will begin therapy in the upcoming week. She's an 18-time Grand Slam singles champion and has remained prominent in the sport as an analyst for ESPN. She's a great analyst. She's great. She was great when she was playing tennis as well. Major League Baseball is the next CBA with players. Major League Baseball wants a maximum contract length of 5 years for free agents who are switching teams. That means if you sign with another team, you have to do 5 years. This is what they are trying to bring. This is what Major League Baseball wants. Of course, the union got a vote on it. I don't know if that happens, but it seems like that's a way of still trying to hold you hostage. You can't do, you don't tell us how long we can stay with the team. I can understand both sides, but again, players have their rights to do what they feel like is best. But 5 years is a long, long time. And of course, the number one thing is free agent as well too. The owners and the players have been fighting over free agency for a while as well too. So, we don't know what's going to happen, but they better get their act together because there's going to be a strike. And the present agreement ends at the end of the year in December. So we're just going to continue to wait and see what happens in the upcoming days, weeks, months, or whatever. This day in sports, June 26, 1916, Cleveland Indians experiment with numbers on jerseys in a game versus the Chicago Cubs in the World Series. First time Major League Baseball players identified by numbers corresponding to those on scorecard. They did that in 1916. Wow. In 1970, Frank Robinson hits 2 Grand Slam home runs as Baltimore beat Washington 12-2. So he had a minimum of 8 runs. A good Grand Slam is when the bases are loaded, first, second, and third. You hit a home run, all 3 runners score as well as you. That's considered a Grand Slam home run. 1971, the Angels suspended Alex Johnson after 5 benching and 29 fines. When you clear the benches and both teams fight, it's a wrap. 1976, some of y'all may remember this here. Antonio Inoki, the famous Japanese wrestler, fights Muhammad Ali in Tokyo, Japan. That was an exhibition match. They said that they used strategies to keep on kicking Ali in his legs and thighs, which could result into blood clots, but that match ended in a draw. 1976, Toby Harrah plays an entire DH at shortstop, not at DH. He plays the entire doubleheader at shortstop without a single chance to field. That means in both games of the doubleheader, the ball was never hit to him. Ball was never hit to him. He could have just had a chair, had a cocktail drink, and the ball would have never came to him because the players didn't hit the ball to him. That's amazing for that to happen for two games in one day. 1991, UNLV power forward Larry Johnson, first picked by the Charlotte Hornets. 1994, Kirby Puckett passed Rod Carew with two hits as a twin, 2,088 hits as the top hit leader for the Minnesota Twins. 1996, Georgetown guard Allen Iverson, first pick by the 76ers. And in 2003, LeBron James, small forward, was picked by the Cavaliers out of St. Vincent's St. Marcy's High School in Akron, Ohio. Birthdays on this day, 1968. Happy birthday to Shannon Sharp, NFL Hall of Famer, tight end, three-time Super Bowl champion, eight-time Pro Bowler, and broadcaster, was born in Chicago, Illinois. Happy birthday, 1974, to Derek Jeter, a Major League Baseball outfielder, Hall of Famer, shortstop, five-time World Series champion, 14-time All-Star, was born in Peanut, New Jersey. 1980, happy birthday, Michael Vick, NFL quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles, was born in Newport News, Virginia. 1984, happy birthday, Deron Williams, NBA guard, born in Pottsburg, West Virginia. 1992, happy birthday, Rudy Gobert, NBA center, three times All-Star, four times the Defensive Player of the Year, was born in St. Quentin, France. So since we are talking about Caribbean American Month, this is the last series, and we know the first 2 weeks I did something on gay pride, Elton John, and what's the other, slipped my mind, but we did 2 weeks of that. We did something last week for another section of for the month of June. And this week we're doing, which is going to close out the Caribbean American people of what they have done for this country alone. Now, I picked my 10. Not saying that they are the greatest, but these are the names that I decided to pick. Marcus Garvey, founder, the Universal Negro Improvement Association. Garvey was a planner of the Pan-American and Black nationalism movements. His advocacy for self-reliance and racial pride inspired generations of civil rights leaders globally. Number 2, Ayo, come by here. Harry Belafonte, raised between Harlem and the Caribbean, his Jamaican and Martinique descent from his parents. His legendary entertainer was a crucial financial and logistical backbone for the U.S. civil rights movement, again, yes, raising funds for Martin Luther King Jr. and personally bailing activists out of jail. He paid to get a lot of the civil rights leaders out of jail. Number 3, Malcolm X. Malcolm X has a little Caribbean in him. He was an American Muslim minister, a human rights activist who was a prominent
Yeah, I'll fill in until he comes back.
within the Black community.
Oh, there he is.
His mother, Louise Little, is from Grenada, so that's where he got his roots. His blood is from the Caribbean. Number 4, Cicely Tyson was an American actress known for her portrayal for the strong African American women. Tyson was born in New York City. The immigrant parents were immigrants from Nevis. Her father arrived in New York City at the age of 21 and proceeded to Ellis Island on August 4th, 1919, same time the rest of the Europeans was coming over for overseas too. Tyson received an honorary Academy Award and a Peabody Award. She died just 2 days after her first memoir, Just As I Am, was released. She was pictured on a $3.25 postage stamp by her parents as well. Maya Angelou, an American poet and civil rights activist, published 7 autobiographies, 3 books of essays, several books of poetry, and is credited with a long list of movies, plays, television shows spanning over 50 years. She received dozens of awards and more 50 honorary degrees. Wow, she was amazing and received the Presidential Medal of Freedom award by the president at that time, Barack Obama. Shirley Chisholm was an American politician who in 1968 became the first Black woman to be elected to the U.S. Congress, and in 1972, she became the first Black candidate of a major party nomination for president of the United States, and the first woman to run for the Democratic Party's nomination. She was born in Brooklyn, but her parents are from Barbados, which is part of the Caribbean island. Colin Powell, yes, Colin Powell was an American politician, statesman, diplomat of the United States Army. He was a general officer who was the 65th and the first Black United States Secretary of State from 2001 to 2005. Powell was born in New York City. Parents are immigrated from Jamaica. Nice curry goat and that jerk chicken. Yes, indeed. I love that food. Oh boy, if you ever have some Jamaican food or Caribbean food. Mwah. Next one, Stokely Carmichael. Trinidad and Tobago. This is his background as a key leader of the Student Noveling Coordinator Committee. Carmichael popularized the term Black Power and successfully organized grassroots movements in the American South. Next person, number 9, Rihanna. Rihanna Fenty was born in St. Michael, Barbados. She is a global pop and R&B icon. Her uncle was a deacon at my old church, at my brother's church. We call him Deacon Horace Fenty, but they are related. He's no longer with us, may he rest in peace. But Rihanna, she frequently blends dance hall and reggae influences her American pop hits. And the last one, I know some of you are saying, well, why did he mention this one? Or why did he did this? What is wrong with Brian Kemp? No. The last one, I'll give you a hint. They call me Mr. Tibbs. There you go. Sidney Poitier, born in Miami, in the Bahamas. Parents are from there who frequently visit the Bahamas. He made history as the first Black man to win the Academy Award for Best Actor Award in Lilies of the Fields. He's the second Black person overall behind Hattie McDaniels to win the first Oscar of all time. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports and the history that I'm giving you.
You got to see a movie by Sidney Poitier done in 1950. I don't know if it was his first movie. It was called No Way Out. I don't know if you ever seen that one. He played a doctor, and I would imagine you could check it out on YouTube. It's probably on YouTube. It's called No Way Out. He played a doctor, and of course, a lot of racial profile was there. And there was one guy, I think it was his co-actor on there was it Richard Whitmore, I think his name was. I believe it was Richard Whitmore. Used the N-word on him a couple times in the movie. But behind the scenes, he went over to Sidney and apologized to him because he didn't like using that word.
Wow. And he also played in movies like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and To Sir With Love. He played in a lot of, and of course the trilogy with Bill Cosby of Let's Do It Again and Uptown Saturday Night.
Yeah.
There's three of them he played in with him. What a
Mm.
wonderful career he had, though.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he never apologized for it. Don't have to.
Nope.
You know. But I like that. I like that part in that movie when he did the what's the one he did with Rod Steiger? Not Call Me Mr. Tibbs, but what was the other one?
In the heat of the night.
Heat of the Night.
Heat of the night. Yeah.
When he's when that flower shop owner smacked Sidney in the face and he quickly slapped him back. Now,
Ooh.
originally in that script, Sidney Poitier was supposed to turn the other cheek and let it go. But Sidney said to the director, he says, "No, I'm going to hit him back." He says, "I'm going to hit him back." He said, "That's not the way it's going to be." He said, he slaps me, I'm going to slap him back." And it was a quick slap. That was that.
Oh, yeah.
Sydney's Sydney's slap wasn't even in the script, so he changed that right
Yep.
away. And I'm glad he did because that's how it is today. You slap me, you get slapped back. No question about it. No turning the other cheek. I used to say that a long time ago. And when Jackie Robinson was coming up as a ball player, he had to turn the other cheek
That's right.
because Branch Rickey asked him, "Can you handle that?" And Jackie Robinson said, "I have another cheek." He said that in that movie that he did himself, a Jackie Robinson story, which Jackie Robinson was the star, was
And
the
that's
lead.
why Jackie Robinson was not the best player coming out of the Negro League, but he was the right choice
Mm-hmm.
because when he came out, he took a lot of abuse, physical, mental, and psychological abuse as well too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Long Ships, Warren, The Long Ships with Sidney Poitier and Richard Whitmore. Is that what it is? No, but this is not the one I'm talking about. This one is when Sidney Poitier played a doctor. Now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe maybe it wasn't Richard Whitmore on that. Maybe it could have been another actor, but he co-starred with Sidney Poitier on there. It was called No Way Out. He played the doctor. Check it out.
And
1950.
remember also he played in the Defiant ones with Tony
Tony
Curtis.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
That was a classic movies, all classic movies. If you're just joining us, the name of the show, thanks, Brian, for the sports. And if you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. This is where we meet each week and we serve up a little coffee, donuts, pastries. Well, you have to bring your own pastries and your coffee, but just join us each week. And you won't be sorry. We have a lot of fun here. It's really great. It's The Coffee Hour. Clive Davis, the legendary music producer of industry icons from Janis Joplin and Whitney Houston to Billy Joel and Santana, has died. Davis was famously dubbed the man with the golden ears. His family confirmed his death on social media posts. His publicist also confirmed his death on CNN. Davis's family remembered him as both a towering figure whose influence changed music forever. He was hospitalized in late May for an upper respiratory issue, but was discharged early this month. Davis was 94. Former Federal Reserve Chairman Alan Greenspan, once hailed as maestro for directing a booming economy, but who later received some of the blame for the housing burst and financial meltdown that occurred after he left office, has died, according to his wife, journalist Andrea Mitchell. Greenspan served 5 terms as Fed chairman under the presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan, who nominated him in 1987, and his term under George W. Bush expired in 2006. He was the 18th and a half tenured at this bank entitled Central Bank, as the longest head of the nation's central bank. He was 100. Well, let's hear it for the toys. Woody Buzz and the gang are sending a summer box office of Infinity and Beyond. The Pixar sequel, Toy Story 5, grossed a massive $160 million domestically last weekend. And that's the biggest three-day debut at the domestic box office in 2026 so far, surpassing the $131.7 million that the Super Mario Galaxy movie collected in 3 days during its April opening. It's also the second largest domestic opening weekend for any animated movie of all time. And the record for the biggest animated opening weekend ever is still held by a different Paxton sequel of 2018's Incredibles 2 with $182.7 million. Whoopi Goldberg could reportedly prove to be a hindrance for Rosie O'Donnell's return to The View. O'Donnell revealed that she would be open to coming back to The View as a special host, a guest host. However, Goldberg would allegedly stand in the way of her return. Notably, this development is unresting as O'Donnell recently lavished praise on Goldberg. And this appears to suggest that they have put their differences aside and may be on better terms right now. But we'll see. Kelsey Grammer might end up on the ballot in the near future. The Cheers actor admitted that he has wrestled with the idea of running for political office in a interview that was published Wednesday. However, the host of the new Fox Nation series, The Patriot War, announced, or he acknowledged, that he wants to be alongside, present with his children. So let me say something on that note, so you'll know that Kelsey Grammer is a Trumper. Just saying. Birthdays today. Singer Ariana Grande is 33 years old today. Actor Chris O'Donnell is 56. Singer Patti Smythe is 69. Singer Chris Isaac is 70. Billy Davis Jr. of the Fifth Dimensions is 88 today. Jazz artist Dave Grusin is 92. Actress, the late Eleanor Parker, would have been 104, and the actor Peter Lorre would have been 122. So happy birthday to all of them, the ones who are living and the ones who are no longer with us. But we keep in touch with all of the birthdays. And for the ones who are living with us, we wish you many, many more. The other ones who are no longer with us, we still salute you because you left us a wonderful legacy. And we want to continue to acknowledge your birthday each year that it comes around. And if you're celebrating a birthday anytime soon, let us know. Get in touch with us right away. I have an email address and a telephone number that you can contact us with. It's easy. The email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. Prod is Prod. Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. The telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. You could use that information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and keep all of that information in all of your electronic devices, such as your computer, be it laptop, desktop, your telephone, or even your tablet. So you can have access to it anytime you need it. Keep it all in. Keep it in all of those devices, just in case one fails, the other one is right there. Okay, so let me give you that email address again. It's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. Telephone number 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. I have those movies for you, those movies for the weekend, which of course I dip and dab each weekend. Go to Turner Classic Movies and pick out the very best ones I could find for your weekend. Now, a lot of you guys spend your weekends the way you like, and that's fine. But some want to catch up on some movies, so I want to add to your bucket list. Here we go. Starting off from 1956 is a movie called Forbidden Planet, starring Walter Pidgeon, Anne Francis, and Leslie Nielsen. And that comes on Turner Classic Movies. You can check that out Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then from 1955, which, by the way, this movie made was the best movie of 1955. I believe it won the Academy Award, if I'm not mistaken, called Marty, starring Ernest Borgnine, Betsy Blair, and Joe Mandel. Joe Mandel, that's Turner Classic Movies, at Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And just in case you want to go on Turner Classic Movies to find more movies that I didn't mention, only because these are my picks of the week, you can go there and look at the ones and go down the list and find them, and you can add them to your list as well. And if you still have your cable, you can go and check out all of the free movies that's available. There are still pay-per-view movies, there are children's movies, sporting events, and documentaries, which I love so much. All right, they're all right there. Okay, so let me give you these movies once again. They're classic movies. I think you'll like them. Forbidden Planet, Walter Pidgeon, Anne Francis, and Leslie Nielsen. Turner Classic Movies, Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And Marty from 1955. Ernest Borgnine, Betsy Blair, and Joe Mandel. Turner Classic Movies, Sunday at 12:15 p.m. Eastern. Give them a try. I think you'll like them. One is in color, the other one is in black and white. Forbidden Planet is in color, Marty is in black and white. I think you'll love. First, we want to say hello to Lynette Duff from the UK, and let's wish her a birthday. She has a birthday coming up on the 4th of July. So happy birthday, Lynette.
Happy birthday, Lynette.
From the UK, the 4th of July. Not only is she celebrating, even though she doesn't live in the country here, but she's celebrating her birthday as we celebrate our 250th birthday here in the United States. So again, Lynette, happy, happy, happy birthday to you. And she says it's hot in London. The hotter the better. The hotter the better, baby. That's what I like. David Clayton Thomas, the lead singer of Blood, Sweat, and Tears, whose husky, high-strung tenor on Spinning Wheel and When I Die, and other hits, help him make a so-called brass rock band among the most popular acts of the 1960s, has died. His spokesperson said that Clayton Thomas died peacefully Wednesday at the St. Michael's Hospital in Toronto. No specific cause was mentioned. Clayton was 84. Brian, we only have 5 months, and I'm talking to Brian, I'm talking to all of you out there as well. We only have 5 months before election, and everyone should get out there and vote. Now, we have 5 months, and yet, while we have these 5 months going, people are still worried. Still worried. They're thinking about election turnovers. They're thinking about mail ballots. As you already know, he's trying to do away with that. And they're thinking about ICE agents that may be at the ballots when you go to vote. And so what I'm saying to each and every one of you, you're going to go out there and vote. I don't give a damn how you do it. Give them hell. And when you go to the ballots, ladies and gentlemen, when you go there, take your telephone, which you carry anyway, and your telephone contains a camera. Take your camera. Take any kind of picture that looks like something's not right, whether maybe it's they may, and I'm not saying that an ICE agent will be at the polling centers where you are. I mean, they're doing it in the South. I don't know how they're going to do it up north. But take your camera and take any kind of pictures that doesn't look right. And with not pictures, videos, even better. Take videos and share them with your friends, your family, and even the news media. You can do that as well. And if you want to send me, I will play it right here on the show, because you got to fight back and let them know that it's not happening here. I'm coming out to vote. You earned your right to vote. And I got to tell you, Brian, it's going to be an interesting election this year.
Well, I'll say this. You're welcome, Lynette. You're very welcome. Let me say this. First things first. Whoopi Goldberg, do not let Rosie O'Donnell to come back. This is the same Rosie O'Donnell that sang the national anthem and spat on the ground. The way she sang.
No, that wasn't Rosie O'Donnell. That wasn't Rosie O'Donnell. That was Roseanne Barr.
Roseanne Barr. Okay,
Yeah,
my bad.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I believe everybody deserves. Well, I listen. I believe everybody did deserve a second chance. Rosie O'Donnell. I have no qualms with Rosie O'Donnell. Listen, everybody deserves second chance in life. I don't have a problem with that. Thank you for straightening me out because I thought it was Rosie O'Donnell, but it was Roseanne Barr. I forgot. Roseanne Barr is being punished because they took her off her show
Yep.
as well. So my
Good.
apology on
Glad. I'm glad.
yeah. Now,
She's
as for what
trying to make her comes back, but it doesn't work.
right, as for what you're saying is this: Donald J. Trump is plotting as we speak. He is trying. He set something up. That's one thing you got to be very wary of him. He's always one or two steps ahead. He's planning to disrupt the midterms. So there won't be no midterms, or it could be some kind of diversion where he could get everybody's minds off of the midterms. So there won't be no midterms. So he could keep the House and Senate to himself. He's probably plotting for a third term as well, too. He's
Mention it.
thinking about self, huh?
He mentioned it. He
Yeah,
mentioned it.
yeah. So he's thinking about his. He's made a profit by being president. He's making more money. Doesn't have to pay taxes. His children doesn't have to pay taxes. He's making money and he's plotting. He doesn't give a damn about the people that support him. He doesn't. So while he's doing this, he knows he's not the most popular person in the world, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care. The Republicans now they're beginning to see what's happening, even though they knew, but they just turned the other cheek and turn the other eye. So now it's going to affect everybody. All I tell people to do, just vote. Just vote. But this man doesn't care about you. You may support him, but he doesn't care anything about you. It's about himself.
You know where his priorities are. That reflective pool, which, by the way, green monsters are surfacing. The reflective, and he gives a damn about that damn ballroom. He just at the West Wing. That it looks like a total. If you look at that area, it looks like a war zone. So he cares about that ballroom, which I hope he falls on his ass about. And then he wants that arch, so you could drive through the arch. He wants to build that arch. And of course, he has the goal, that fake goal, I should say, that's plastered on at the Oval Office. And by the way, that goal that you see behind him as he speaks in the Oval Office, I was put together with with uh, with magic glue, and the goal is not real. So when the next president comes on, he's going to have to chip away on that. If he wants to remove it, he has to, because it's not real, right? And that's
I
the
wish
only
they
thing.
had. I mean, I wish they had called me to down to the on Kennedy Center to help remove this. I would have volunteered. I would have said I'll be on the next train, next Amtrak or next flight. I'll work overnight to help take down that name. Each
Hell,
letter I would take down, I
I
would
would have
take a
done it.
picture.
I would have done it for free.
Yeah.
The people, it was like a tourist scene, but the people didn't get a chance to see the actual letters being taken down because they covered the scaffolding. So the men behind that were standing on the scaffolds, they were hidden from view because they had a screen blocking everything so you wouldn't see. But
Yeah.
I mentioned last week on the show, a reporter from MSNBC, I don't know, male, female, had their camera and they went onto to the side of the building where they could actually see the workers take down the lettering. And he saw one. He was clever enough to take a shot of one of the workers pulling the D off the wall.
Oh, I would have loved it. I would have asked one of the workers, "Can I take a picture with you with that D and have the lady to film it?" And I would have went. That's what I would have done. Listen,
Yeah,
listen. It's not about hating the man. We're not supposed to hate. I don't want nothing bad happen to him. But we just leave him in the hands of somebody who's much higher than we are. Or, he's just a person. We just have to just stay firm, stand still, and stand firm, and wait for his time to end. And that's all that we could do.
yeah.
Simple as that.
Well, I keep saying it, and I'll stick right to it. I don't think he's going to finish out his term. I'm sticking with that. He has 2 more years to go. I don't think he'll finish it out. And if he does, maybe it would be better off that he finishes it out so we can move on. But I don't have a feeling something's going to happen that he's not going to finish off. That's going to wrap it up, Brian. Thanks a lot. I had a good time on the show tonight. We talked all
Yeah.
of these issues. They were great. And
Glad to be back home in Charlotte.
New York, New York. Okay, Brian, we're going to catch you back here next week. How about that?
Peace.
Okay, and for the rest of you guys, catch us back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be with me as my co-host, and he'll have the world of sports as well and sports update. And then we're going to meet back here next Friday at 10 a.m. for more of the Coffee Hour. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great day and a great weekend, and we'll talk soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
You've been watching the Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stanky. Thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next time on the Coffee Hour.